Yeah! What's up, guys? We're back on the boardwalk. I was just thinking to myself, like, because I was about to press record, and then I realized there's those two people were right next to me, behind me, and I did a quick shoulder peek and saw them there, and then I was like, oh, I can't start it now, it's too close, and so I did a little jog. I jogged for like 30 paces in front of them. Now they're just in the background, but create a little distance. So my brain thinks that for some reason those are the people that are gonna be pissed. Isn't it funny that it's like it's always the people that just happen to be around you? At least for me, it's like, oh, okay, those are the people that I guess those are the people that I'm projecting my fears onto in this moment. Maybe that's why posting on social media is scary, because all of a sudden it's just everyone everywhere can see it. But in any case, I was just thinking about this, and I was like, those two people there, I don't know who they are. But essentially what the fear is judgment. And because of trauma and whatever, fear of judgment can exist regardless of what you've experienced. Although actually I think that if you haven't had experiences that resulted in you feeling fear from see, there's one. If you haven't had experiences that made you feel afraid of judgment, then maybe it doesn't exist. I mean, it's certainly actually, yeah, because it's a learned fear. It's not one of the biological ones. So anyway, I was just thinking about how, not only is this fun to do, but this is like a fantastic way to heal your inner child. The part of me that is so like deeply afraid of being judged. Every time you do something that puts you into that space that you're afraid to go into, and you survive, and not only do you survive, but like you feel amazing doing it, that's you helping your inner child know that you're safe. And there's another one. It's so funny, dude. It's like when I was watching the playback of the last time that I did this, it's like so many people they just end up looking, and it's not. Can't it just be curiosity? Can't it not just be like the exact thing that I happen to be afraid of them thinking? It could just be anything. Anyway, I was thinking about it like that, and I'm like, God, I think that's part of why this feels so good, is because I'm literally feeling more safe in my reality by doing the things that I'm convinced that they could be dangerous. Like, there's no level of perception here that will result in danger. And even though, my younger self didn't realize at the time of the trial that there was, I was safe in that courtroom, I felt the polar opposite of that. And for hours, just being questioned and all these things. So it's cool to be able to find relief and healing from a totally different activity. You don't necessarily have to reenact it, although that's what happened with EMDR, and it was absolutely perfect. I'm just gonna. You don't necessarily have to create the exact same environment in order to heal from whatever happened to you in that environment. It's just a feeling that you're trying to heal and release and building like safety momentum. Because like every aspect of your being benefits from you feeling safe. Every organ, every cell. I saw this video yesterday of these white blood cells like attacking like germs or whatever it was that they were consuming. They were just like eating these things like so rapidly, and the caption was like, hey, if you ever feel alone, just remember that your white blood cells are literally fighting for your life 24/7. Just thinking about that, like, yeah, so dude, that is so true. Like, you are all of your cells. and we're all like, you're having this this absolute symphony of communication happening between every cell in your body all the time, and all of that is you. Just because your cells aren't named, they're the cells of Sebastian, or the cells of whoever you are. And so like, if you are able to shift your perception of reality in a way that makes you feel safer, everything functions more smoothly. They're able to function properly and deal with, actually real, tangible danger, if there ever is any. And if there isn't, then great. You can sink into rest and digest on the nervous system level. So many of us experience trauma in childhood that puts us into fight or flight, and we never, or freeze or fawn, and we never get back into the resting space. And yet, we all can. No matter how much danger we've experienced, no matter how much fear, we can all sink back into the safety that exists now. And I think that's how I'm feeling about stuff. Like, like, I'm not gonna react unless it's actual real danger that I can see. If I can see a tiger in front of me, absolutely, dude, let's go, let's run. But if it's just hypothetical, fuck that, dude. There's, and I think that that's part of what's happening here, is that this is training your brain and your being to actually feel safe more often, more frequently. Safe in perception. And everything benefits. You grow exponentially as you allocate energy away from fear. I mean, this even happened this morning. I was sitting on my porch and I was just feeling amazing. And then my porch is kind of low to the ground, and my neighbor walked by, and I thought that she looked at me and then looked away, and just in a flash, my brain just created this scenario where I thought that she was pissed at me all of a sudden. And then I saw that, and I was like, okay, well, if that, what would it be like to not make that assumption? How would life feel to not have that be the thought process that immediately pops up? And just in the examination of the thought, there's freedom from it. Just in the examination of the reactivity, you create space between yourself and whatever it is that your body's doing. And the more space there is, I mean, that's sinking into awareness. And just in the imagination, just in the playful exercise of how would it feel to not have this be my reaction to this particular sequence, I started feeling better. And I was like, man, dude, once again, like I was saying at the beginning of this, just whoever happens to be around, this lady has given me absolutely no reason to think that she's upset with me. So I'm not going to make up one for her. And almost immediately, it's like it just slipped out of my awareness. I went back to sitting on the porch and reading. And then she walked back a little bit later, looked up at me and was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Hey, dude, what's up with you? All is so well. There's no problems here." Man, imagine what we can do as a species. Imagine what we can do for the human race, for the good of the souls, if we all step out of this fear. Oh, it's starting to rain, man. Now I'm realizing it might just dump and I might get soaked, and that would be fine. I may need to put away the camera though. Although I'm pretty sure it's waterproof. Regardless, dude, I mean, you just don't even have to forecast really at all. You can forecast into the future if it's fun, but you never have to. You never have to, and you certainly don't have to for fear purposes. Back at the park. Oh, this place is so dope, man. Anyway, my hands actually are getting chilly, and that's okay, but I am going to do something about it. It's not danger, but it is something that I can do to make myself feel better. Oh, it's starting to pour! Alright, see you later! Look at this! Ah!